what's going on, fans from Parrish and Jackie's RV10 build? Another video. Hey, I'm on a roll here. 3 videos, 3 weeks. Maybe we can keep this this going. I think the last time we did the video, we had run the conduit. We'll go to the other wing here in just a second. We went ahead and started riveting on the skin for the inboard section because there's not a whole lot behind there. Behind this plate here goes the trim. We talked about that last week. We'll be working on that here in the near future. But we got the skins all dimpled. We got some riveting done. My friend Tim, who's already finished his RV10, he has lent me his DRDD2 because it's a whole lot easier than whacking the mole with the C-frame, and it does a pretty good job with dimples, actually. I was kind of impressed how good they are. Anyway, he came over as well, and he did the first string of rivets, or most of them, 2/3 of them here along the top row, and then he handed me the bucking bar and said, you know how it's done. So the interesting thing about doing these is you have to get on up into there with your arm at the same time while you're holding the rivet gun, or you do the 2-person method. Even having a second person just to feed rivets into the hole, if you're doing it by yourself, makes it so much easier. I'll see if I can hold the camera here and do it. I have no idea if this is actually going to come out in the future, but basically what you have to do is you have to stick your arm up inside of here with a bucking bar like this and buck these rivets, and then feel them after you're done with your finger to see if you think that they're appropriate. Little word of caution for future builders out there. I think what I ended up doing was using the tooling hole or something that I enlarged that all that conduit runs. I personally think, number one, putting this conduit on the back side of a rib or up towards the top rather than here would make more sense. The reason why is because you put this skin on when you don't have anything else on, and it's so much easier to get to. Now this is in the way when we go to rivet the bottom skin on here. The second reason I say that is also if you can move that conduit, even if you leave it down here, but if you can move the conduit up higher. So just for reference, I'm looking at maybe if I would have put it here or here rather than down here, your benefit then would have been, as I'm sticking my hand through here, I'm having to kind of loop it around that conduit as well, which is making that space even that much more challenging. And then I have no idea, but for some stupid reason, as you see here, the conduit actually gets closer to the skin. So this one, I've got a good 1.5 inches or so. This one, I don't have much space, and I might have to use a footed bar in order to set that rivet. Same thing on that side. It's just the 4 rivets that'll be a real royal pain to do. The good news is they're here towards the end, so it's a little bit easier. When I am doing these here towards the end, these are a lot easier because then I can just go in here, here's my bucking bar. Tungsten bucking bar, new builders, get one. It'll be your lifesaver. So I can just hold it in here. I can go back a couple of ribs, and I'm back. You can't see it on the camera, but I was all the way back into here, and that's without even trying that hard. You have to take off the watch while you're riveting in these holes because it tangles up and gets in the way. So yes, we started here. Russ is coming over tomorrow, I believe, and we're gonna run some more. We'll probably get the rest of this one riveted down, and then we'll get started on this side. This one we haven't even started yet. It's still cleat-coat up here on top. It's almost kind of cathartic to come out and bang out 100 rivets or so. But anyway, we're working towards this. I can't remember if last week, I think we did have some wires run. We don't have any more run. So we have the 2 that go to the stall and the 1 that's the discrete output that comes out of the pitot heater that lets you know if the pitot is overheating, underheating, doing what it's supposed to do. We're obviously not going to seal up anymore this wing until we get those pieces and parts in. I still have a scheduled 30-hour overnight in Maine that I plan to do, which will give me a chance to get some of these parts ordered. I had another one scheduled for Wilmington that they've canceled on me, so who knows what my schedule is going to look like this week. Just hoping for the best. But anywho, we're working towards this. I did get started on something different today. I wanted a little change of pace. So we started working on, this is one of the mid fuselage bulkheads. Those white things are where the landing gear protrudes through and bolts into place, I guess. I assume it bolts into place and it's not just pinned into place. But anyway, because I'm assuming that's what this hole here is for the bolt for the actual landing gear. I could be wrong, but I'm just guessing that's what it is. So that's a whole bunch of drilling to get those things mounted up. The upper holes that you see here, these all come drilled. You do have to kind of final drill them. And then, but the lower holes that you see were not drilled. And so you have to drill them. And those are just temporary screw/bolts that are holding all this in place. Another little helpful hint for new builders, get tapping fluid. Otherwise, you'll just destroy your drill bits when you're drilling through the solid steel. Aluminum is easy, but when you start going through steel, it takes a while and it really messes up. It heats up those drill bits quite a bit. But as you can see, that's going to be a lot of rivets to set. But hey, we'll get it. Not a big deal. So these steps are pretty much done for this one. I've got to remove the landing gear legs. And there's 2 holes behind there I have to countersink, take it all apart, prep it, prime it, rivet it all back on. So that's what we're working on here. I hope everybody's staying well and staying safe. Till next week. Thanks.